Hello, I'm WaffleStick. Welcome to episode 35 of BlockHeads. So if you're into the technical side of Minecraft, today's episode will be for you because we're not going to be spending it on BlockHeads today. We're actually going to go over to my personal test server where Etsmine had built a bunch of stuff and it's going to be implemented onto BlockHeads, specifically where the witch hut perimeter is. So if you like digging through machines and stuff, today's episode might be just for you. Let's hop on over and see what he's up to. And so Etsmine and I have discussed some spores happening here on the personal creative server. And Etsmine's responsible for building all of this. I mean, look at this beautiful mechanism we got here. What is this, Etsmine? Tell me.
This is just going to be our little witch hut design that we've got going. This is the third version of this farm that I've came up with. I'm probably never going to change anything about it after this because it's pretty much perfect now.
I like the minimalism of it too. That like I noticed like a lot of your style, like you have like a very minimalist like approach to it. And
I try to go survival friendly whenever I design things. And this is pretty survival friendly. It does have a couple extras like the lights here on the side. They're not necessary for the farm function. It's just something I wanted to do to be fancy. I am proud of this because it does. All the machines are perfectly in sync. They stay in sync. They turn on and off the same time.
Yeah, every time. Nice. Yeah, that's really nice.
It's super nice.
And you kind of like expect when you're getting like, you know, drops on each side. I mean, it's not going to really matter much on an AFK system, but it still looks really cool. Like, you know,
right.
When they're all congregated.
Oh yeah, it is. It's pretty cool whenever you come over and look at it and it's full of witches and the flying machines are just sitting there parked. It's pretty cool because there's a lot of them in there.
And so all this is zero tick pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's all rails and observers for the on-off switch. Yeah, the on-off switch is actually over here in the center where the central hub is. We'll have to get to that in a minute. So this is the witch farms. There's two of them in our perimeter that we'll be building.
Yeah, and you said they're perfectly synced too, aren't they?
Yeah, they both launch at a flip of the switch, and they both launch at the same time. It's a beautiful thing that I've got going on here. Everything's basically been measured out, triple checked, and I've got everything ready.
Beautiful, man. Let's move on to the next thing, I guess. So the witch farm's over here, and we have moved over to this module. As you can see, I was just wanting to clarify for everyone, we have like a central module for like storage and crafting station, all kinds of different things. So yeah, we're going over this one, and this is Rayworks. What would be the official term for it?
I would say the Netherwood farms.
Netherwood
grow either one. Yeah, the crimson woods and the warp fungus.
Very fancy. You got a way to turn it on by chance, or anything in it?
I'm not for sure if this one's all set up and ready to go or not. It looks like it might. Let me see if there's some.
There's some stuff in there.
Let me see if there's some stuff in there.
It's really cool. Like I kind of like the use of ender chests where you have to use that, I guess, for the height of them. It's kind of weird to see in a farm design. So it's dispensing bone meal in with the planted stuff from the nether.
Yeah, it should start working. If there's bone meal in it, it should work.
I think I've seen one bone meal in one of them, but I mean, if it doesn't work, then that's okay. I have a refill system though. Oh, there it goes. No, I think I heard it. Yeah, there it goes. Fancy. I should probably go up here. So it dispenses like a series of TNT to blow it all up.
Yep.
And then you got hoppers to collect it underneath. Nice.
And we're going to need a bazillion ender chests.
Yeah, that's a lot of ender chests.
It's going to be kind of expensive.
I'm so glad that we have that bartering system. You know, to worry about the obsidian at least.
Right. Yeah,
we got Blaze Farm, so you know it might not be too bad.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I think we can manage. So okay, what I did, it actually shut it back down, so I don't want to continuously run because the items are just going to go get lost, stuck in the storage somewhere in here.
Yeah, most definitely.
So that's from Ray Works. So shout out to him and his people that helped him to work on it. They did a wonderful design.
His compadre.
And hopefully we get a lot of really good use out of this thing.
And something to add on to this, just to kind of show the system off a little bit, it has, of course, the circuitry that goes up to the TNT duping and like the whole series of TNTs. And it has a bone meal filtration, I guess, right? So it has some of it gets allocated to getting rebone milled into the system. So
yes,
yeah, I don't know if you might have mentioned that. I don't know if I missed it, but pretty neat system. I like it. It's super awesome. It's compact too. I mean, for another tree farm, and for it to get all of the growth, like that's nice. The TNT, I mean, compact for that.
Right.
Very cool. All right, to the next one.
And then to the next one, we'll go over here to the generator. Yeah, like I said, this is the Mango 246 blocks per 1 TNT blast chamber.
So earlier you told me you didn't want to turn this on. Is there a reason you don't want to turn it
on? It may generate just a little bit of lag, and it's really, really loud. That's why I've kind of got it built far away from where we will be.
Yeah. And so like this is probably a system that you would run on a temporary basis, like it, and you would get a ridiculous amount of cobblestone from it. So
yeah, like 246 blocks per 1 TNT blast.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's the like average output, you think? Just a rough estimate.
107 to 114,000 an hour.
Gosh, that's a lot of cobblestone.
Ish, yeah.
X would be so happy about that with this medieval building.
And so I had options whenever I built this. So there's this option that I decided to go for. We are going to have to pay for the TNT.
Okay. And that's fine with me.
Not to go with a duper.
That's okay with me.
I figured we would go, vanilla on this. Now, after we do get this built up, I do plan on adding an indicator light inside the main control unit that tells us if we need TNT or not. And I already have a way of getting the TNT over here. It's just fly over here, fill it up, and fly away.
Sounds good. And so he probably said it earlier, but it's also a basalt generator. And at a flick of the switch, it switches and you get basalt coming out. So that's really neat too.
Right. It's an amazing design.
It's a neat option. Like, if you need a gratuitous amount of basalt, it's there for you. And then here's definitely. Here's the trigger system using like the observers and rails, which is it's not, that's something that Etsmine's been doing throughout the whole system. Like it's very optimized for a switch.
It's lag friendly.
Yeah, because
rails are a lot more lag friendly.
Because I think in technical terms, if you got redstone dust and it activates it has to go cycle through those 15 levels, like each segment you have. So
yes.
It makes it a lot more lag efficient.
Rails are instant. They light up 9 at a time, and you can chain it together with observers. So much faster, less laggy. Yeah, better way to go. Just in general.
All right, so Etsmine says that I would be the best to explain this one. On BlockHeads, we have a, what would you say, half-powered, half-baked version of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
The major difference would be the loading system and the inputs twice as fast. So you're going to be getting double the speeds on this, and it still remains as compact as the other one. I mean, we got the hoppers and the packed ice kind of set up, and I really love that you introduced that to me, because I just never guessed it in my own designs, like to put the packed ice there and just let it flow through the system. I mean, it just works out perfect.
It does. It
And
does. It's a
I mean, you guys
thing.
seen it a million times in BlockHeads. I mean, we got the like observer clocks down here, and just outputs to the water stream. But there's another addition that Etsmine has implemented. You want to go over this one right here?
So Eagle Eye and some numbers. I'll find the link and get him the link. He came up with this here carpet duper, and I decided to make 15 of them,
Yeah.
just so we would have enough fuel to fuel this furnace right over here.
Yeah. So for those who didn't know, I didn't know myself, but you can use carpet to fuel furnaces, which is crazy. If you want to, you can. You want to turn it on or?
Yeah, I'll turn this one on.
Turn it on, and let me just stand in the water system, and we just show like how much the output is for this.
All right, here it goes. Here it goes.
Okay, yeah. This could go right into my inventory. Yeah, it's fast. And much needed to fuel up the furnaces. You'll never run out. Very cool. It looks neat too. I just want to go to the front, look at that. It's like a little, it looked like a snow shower, orange snow shower.
It's crazy.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
It's so fast that it does overflow this thing. So the lava here at the end is definitely necessary.
Yeah.
If not, it would be bad.
But yeah, that's a really cool system. And for what it does, like how much the item output is, and even with the duper, it's pretty compact. I mean, and if you even wanted to compact it more, I mean, it's not, I don't know if it's really considered compacted when you would just move this over to, and you could bend that stream and even make it even more smaller. If you had to fit it in a small place,
Yeah, well, I don't think space is an issue for us.
No, definitely not. Yeah. I think it actually looks cooler like this.
I do too. It adds a little bit more character to the whole area.
Yeah, very fancy.
I guess for the big device here in the middle, let's kind of just look at the outside of it just a little bit first, and then we'll kind of explain what this thing really does.
Okay.
So up here at the top, we have some item filters. They're on both sides.
And this is just like your standard item filters. You guys all know it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one Impulse SV used or came up with. Everybody uses it. No big deal. Now, what the big deal is what's underneath these here carpets. So underneath these carpets, there's a bunch of rails and observers. If you kind of peek in there, you can see them. They're all linked up to levers. The levers are inside this room that we'll show you here in just a second. And what those levers do, it activates certain droppers that spit out items to you. So you can select the ingredients that you want for whatever redstone device you want to craft.
Yeah, and the crafting system is going to make it so much better because you could just stand there and just throw. I mean, it's so much. I mean, you know how much of a pain it is to like craft a dispenser, for example. It's a nightmare.
It is. Well, we're just going to be able to literally stand in here in a room and do everything. So I guess if we should just start in this room. This is going to be like the main control room for all the farms. So like this switch turns on both the witch farms. The double right here is for the cobblestone generator or the basalt generator.
Fancy, man. I like the glass. It's cool.
and then this down here is for the warp fungus farm. That's turn them on, turn them off. Obviously, there's going to be a short amount of time that we're going to have to wait, make sure the farms are all shut down properly before we leave the area, but we can all handle that.
Yeah, I think so.
So the input for the super smelter is actually right here. We just throw everything in. You flip the switch and you throw everything in just as fast as you can. and the switch acts. There's a delay, a really, really long delay that's going on right now. And you probably just heard a piston. So that started the second part of the delay. That would be when you can shut this. So the second part of the delay is now the items would be filling up into the super smelter mine carts that move the items back and forth.
Yeah. It's gonna be it's gonna have a nice convenient system. We was even discussing maybe like putting like a shulker box up here so that you could just like go into it and then just control Q like all your items out of it.
Yeah. The decorations all was me just messing around. I think it kind of looks kind of neat.
It's really cool. I like the accents with the warped wood, and you know, it looks sci-fi. It's right down my alley. So
yeah, it's something different. I mean, it's always changeable.
Show them the door. Yes.
I couldn't help myself. I had to do it.
Oh, it's amazing. So you're gonna tell them what's so special about this door.
This door is one wide.
It's one tileable.
The redstone fort. It's one wide tileable.
Look at this.
So you can put a bunch of these together, and they would all just open up and sync.
Oh, that's amazing, man. I get so nerded out by that door. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
so
thing.
Clean and it's fast.
And it's quick too. The design once again can change. But the floor in the next room, I think we should actually try to achieve.
Yeah,
just because it's super flex. So this floor, I think we should try to accomplish this floor.
We're just flexing, man.
I mean, yeah.
We were also discussing with this floor. I could just maybe scribble up some pixel art and get some consistency in like the foundational colors. So like we got like the netherite, which I just hope I didn't break it. Good thing you copied the schematic earlier. Is it good?
Fine.
Okay, I didn't know if it poured on redstone. My heart dropped.
No, everything's fine.
So bringing over this like gray over to the stone texture and just kind of like making it a nice dark design. So we might do that.
We might not. It looks cool as is.
I think it does. Yeah, opinion. Yeah. It's kind of neat.
With a darker background behind it, it would really make it pop.
Very sci-fi too. I mean, with the speckles and stuff, like it wouldn't even look like ore anymore. It just looked like fancy sci-fi.
Right. It would look all kinds of cool. So this is the item ingredients room. We'll have item frames that with everything, you know, all the raw materials, and you just flip a switch for whatever ingredients you want. And if you need this ingredient, you flip this switch. If you need this ingredient, you flip this switch.
Oh, yeah.
If you need this ingredient, you flip this switch.
Maybe I need this one too.
Well, if you do, then you can flip that one too, and then you just come in here in this little room.
Very nice.
Okay, so you'll walk down to the very end of this here hallway, and you'll flip that. This is where it gets kind of noisy. So after you flipped all them switches in there, all those ingredients would now be currently being pumped to this one little spot right down here. Okay, so you get down here, and you belly up to one of these chains, and you get into your crafting system, and everything comes straight to you. You just sit here and craft and dump everything off into the water stream, where it will go get sorted out in the first room.
It's awesome. I love that you can just dump it because like you're not really limited to your inventory spacing. No. And something else I wanted to just kind of clarify. I mean, this room's a little bit intimidating when you walk in if you kind of don't understand storage systems. This is like, these are all the sorted ingredients for the chests.
Right.
Yeah.
I could have made it a little bit wider. I would have had to have a bit bigger water stream. I really didn't want that for that kind of room.
I think it's cool when it's crammed like that because you just kind of, you feel amidst it. Like it's nice.
Right. It feels like you're here to do a job.
That's right. I mean, it's very functional. I love it.
that's what you come here to do. You come here to mass craft all the redstone supplies that you're going to need to do your next project.
Yes, sir. And there's nothing worse than not having the materials on hand. Like, it sucks.
Right.
When you got to grind them out, then you got to manually craft them.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But
so
nice. It looks great, man. You did an incredible job on this, and I kind of wanted to sum up all the projects and make sure everyone kind of understood, like, the witch farm's going to produce redstone, and that's like a lot of the production that we're looking for. The cobblestone generator for like observers or other redstone ingredients, and it's all going to go to the central hub. And that's the beauty about it. I mean, you're getting all these redstone recipes kind of generated around you, and then you can manually craft them. So for people to understand, that's the whole purpose. Is like, this is a big redstone module making machine. Like,
basically a factory.
It is a factory. It's industrial scale for sure.
I would definitely go industrial. Yeah,
very nifty.
I've put about a month on and off, over about a past month of work into getting all this kind of pieced together.
I mean, you could see, like, if we were to fly this way a little bit, you can kind of see where you've been like drawing up on the modules a bit to get them,
Yeah, this is where I started with the central hub module. So this is the original build of it.
This is like the good stripped down without all the item filter. Well, there's an item filter there.
There's item filters. It's everything's here.
It's just the roof and stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's minus the roof, and it's minus the connectors, all the connection points to the farms, and minus the super smelter.
So it's kind of neat to see this, like, where you built it up. I mean, I kind of like to go back and look at these little things. So
I do too.
And you can actually see the like little circuits that we flick the levers on, so you know where they go to and everything.
Yeah, check that out. I'll go in here and flip a couple switches.
And so, like, the reason we have it set up like this is pretty obvious, but redstone dust doesn't really mix very well when you have them right next together and you want different logic circuits. So there you go.
But rails work great.
Rails work fantastic.
Yeah,
and it's fast too. Look at that. Yeah, shoot some reds off. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. It looks like a computer circuit in a weird way.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's better than redstone dust, hands down. This is the way to wire anything that you can wire this way. Do. If you don't need dust, don't use it.
That's right. That's right.
If there was a way that I could get item filters to work with rails, I would do that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
It's just so much better. And that almost kind of gives me an idea of something that I may try.
Oh, the scientist, he's already moving on to other projects.
Yeah, my brain just had a genius idea pop into it. So I might give this a shot, see what happens.
Yeah, thanks for showing us around, and thanks for building all this. This is just incredible, man. And what can I say? Etsmine's projects are awesome. It's kind of neat to see what's in his back pocket. And I do plan to get back to my projects next episode. I've just been quite busy with all the holidays coming through. But I think that's going to be about it for today's episode, guys. Hope you did enjoy watching. We'll see you next episode. Have a fantastic day.